Focus now to some unfortunate news now coming in. We are learning the Vatican has announced that Pope Francis is dead. Pope Francis is no more. He has died at the age of 88. We are learning, and this announcement comes just a day after he had celebrated Easter, and Vatican has also now announced his demise. Well, just a day before, he had also put out a tweet saying that Christ is risen. These words capture the entire meaning of our existence, for we were not made for death but for life. This was on the day of Easter that the tweet was put out. Well, we are now learning, this is the big update coming in. We are learning big confirmation coming in at the moment. Pope Francis has died on Easter, that is April 21st, 2025. This is what the Vatican has confirmed at the age of 88 at his residence in the Vatican. Well, Pope Francis is the head of the Catholic Church and sovereign of the Vatican city-state, and he's no more. Pope Francis is dead. This is what we're learning. At the age of 88, he's passed away. And my colleague Vishal Vivek is joining us on the broadcaster. Vishal, some very unfortunate news we are learning of. We are learning now the Vatican has announced that Pope Francis is no more. What more is being learned? We understand this is also being, the information that is being given out by the Vatican is that he died on Easter morning.
Well, that is correct. So this was highly unexpected because he had recovered in the last few days. He had been discharged from the hospital. He spent about a week, more than a week actually, in the hospital, and he had almost recovered, and he had given some public appearances as well. He had gone to a few occasions and he had graced a few places with his presence, but sadly that was not to be, and he has passed away. And this comes amid his meeting with J.D. Vance that happened just a few hours ago. It actually happened yesterday, and this, Vatican wouldn't have been prepared for it because, as I mentioned, he had recovered and he had almost resumed his public activities. And what is remaining to be seen is who will be the successor. That is the biggest question right now, because the Vatican has a long procedure of choosing its successor, choosing its papal head. So that will be the next part, how and when that happens. It will be a long drawn procedure. There are several people whose names were thrown in when he had gotten ill for the first time. So those names will be considered probably, but it all boils down to how long Vatican will take to replace one of the greatest leaders the world has ever seen.
All right, you've been saying that he was unwell, and we understand the information that came in earlier also suggested that he had a severe case of pneumonia, a double pneumonia that was reported by the papers earlier also, and he was doing well earlier. On Easter also, we've seen those visuals that came in. He made a surprise public appearance on Easter morning. He had also wished thousands of people. We understand a huge crowd had gathered at St. Peter's Square from where Pope Francis had greeted them. But this sudden demise, of course, is shocking. And as you've been saying, Vishal, that the authorities were not really, the Vatican was not really prepared for this. And how long could this process really take? Could the next head be chosen from the names that were suggested earlier?
Well, that is one of the likely scenarios, that some of the names that had come up when he had gotten ill, when he had taken ill about 3 to 4 weeks ago, those names could be considered. But for now, it would be too early to say who could be the successor. It's a long drawn procedure, as I mentioned. There is a big spectacle when that procedure happens, and it takes a while before the Vatican zeroes in on a name. The last time Pope Francis was chosen, it was watched by billions of people across the world. So it will be a similar scenario this time as well. The position itself, the position of Pope, is one of the most powerful people in the world. Billions of people follow him, and it will be interesting to see who will be the next one, because even though he had taken ill, he had recovered, and as you also mentioned, that he had made some public appearances where he seemed to be recovering and doing quite well, and this comes really unexpected. This